Hey everybody, QG here. We're finally here with the Q&A video I said I was going to make and I've been wanting to make for a while now. So I'm just going to get right into the questions here. Let's just do it. So the first question is, which Gen 1 character do you think had it the worst in terms of derailment issues? This question comes from Wrath Radical. As far as the Gen 1 cast goes, if I really had to factor in every single character in every single season they appeared in, I think the best and most concise answer for Gen 1 character that was the most derailed would probably have to be Sierra, because she ended pretty well off at the end of World Tour, and it feels like All Stars was almost a complete regression of her character, and it made it was honestly a little hard to watch as someone who does actually like Sierra to some degree. It was pretty hard to watch that season in particular. The next question comes from Marino. They say, I honestly don't know what to ask, so favorite color? Thank you for asking. My favorite color is purple. That's, yeah, not a lot to it. It's, my favorite color is purple. That's just where it comes from. Next question is from Lofi. They ask, favorite character / characters. I will definitely be making like an overall Total Drama characters ranked video at some point. I've decided I'm probably going to do that in favor of just a tier list video again. I'll probably just do a full-on individual ranking, giving my thoughts on each character to the best of my ability. But to answer the question, my top two that I sometimes go back and forth on for my favorite at the moment are Anne Maria and Z. Those would be my two picks. The next question comes from Chad Dorville, and they ask, grossest moment in the show. I can't think of a specific moment in particular, but I'm not a big fan of any scene that shows vomit or barf, especially the older seasons where it's like extra detailed and stuff. I've never ever been a fan of that stuff. It's just like I can handle fart jokes, but barfing and vomiting and stuff, that's kind of where I start to hit a line a little bit. It's like, I don't want to see that. The next question comes from Kel Diori, which is, hi, what's your job? I don't really know exactly what they're asking when they say that, but my best guess, but I will answer it from the perspective of YouTube, which is, why am I here? Why am I doing Total Drama content in 2023 with the show coming out? And to answer is a couple reasons. Number one, I am and have been for as long as I can remember a Total Drama fan. However, I also feel like my general takes and discussions and thoughts and all that kind of stuff on Total Drama, a lot of its seasons and characters and whatnot, are pretty different from the general consensus. Whereas I feel like a lot of the most popular Total Drama content creators that at least were prevalent throughout the Total Drama drought that occurred between Rodolfo's race and this newest season, a lot of those content creators, it felt like kind of just, I don't know, they felt very mainstream in their just general thoughts on things. Like, it doesn't, after a while of being a Total Drama fan, watching so many Total Drama videos, it starts to feel like an echo chamber of sorts. And so that's kind of what I want to counteract, or not necessarily oppose so much as offer an alternative perspective on a lot of Total Drama characters and episodes and seasons and what have you. The next question comes from It's Clutchy with a lot of Y's. The question is, if you had to fight a Total Drama character, the stronger they are, the more money you get if you win. Who are you fighting? Probably no one. I'm not a very conflict-oriented person, at least definitely not physically. Plus, honestly, I don't think there's really any character I'm physically stronger than that I would actually want to fight in any capacity. And the few that like I would want to fight to some degree would absolutely beat me up and I wouldn't win. So yeah, there's kind of just no point in even trying to do that. The next question comes from Triple E Man. The question is, how much sawdust can you put in a Rice Krispie treat before people notice? I I'm not equipped to answer that question, I suppose, but hopefully none. Or hopefully like a single piece. Like sawdust seems like the type of thing that would be like pretty noticeable when you're eating food, I would hope. I'm not really sure. What else is there? This next comment isn't a question, but it's from 3 Minutos that says, "Man, I thought you had like 5K. You deserve more, for real. Thank you." I agree. The next question comes from Milo Mongoose, and it is best letter of the alphabet for no reason other than your name. Well, of course, my favorite letter of the alphabet is Q. How could my favorite letter not be Q? I love Q. It's a very out there, unique letter. And then, combine it with the letter G, it's got a nice ring to it. The next question comes from Trish. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. I'll say Trish Unicorn. They say, "Here's 700 more. You're really underrated. I hope you get more subs in the future. Thank you. Do you have any headcanons for the Total Drama Pocket 2 Island cast? I saw you included the Arrow Ace flag for both Max and Scarlet, which as an Arrow Ace person made me really happy. So do you have any other headcanons for the Total Drama Pocket 2 Island cast, or any character as a whole? You don't have to respond if it makes you feel uncomfortable, by the way. No, it's okay. That's not an uncomfortable question for me to address. Let me think this over for a second. Okay, so like I said, I already talked about or showed in my Pocket 2 video, I believe, the idea of like Max and Scarlet being Arrow Ace. I also assume that it's been a little bit since I watched that video again, but I also assume I included like Sean and Jasmine as bi, maybe? Or like Sean and Sammy, or maybe all 3 of them, or something like that. I think they were kind of in that tier of where I expected them to be. Otherwise, as far as the Pocket 2 cast goes, this wasn't something I personally felt or thought of for a while, but I've seen a popular headcanon go around that Topher is gay, and I guess that's fairly reasonable. Like, it's not something I really got huge vibes of, but it's not something I'm against or anything either. I think it's a headcanon that works pretty well within the context of the show and that kind of thing. I think it makes sense. Let's see, who else? Rodney is definitely a romantic type, but the thing with Rodney is that like he's so close. The way he was raised made him so closed off from any female contact to the point where he thinks any interaction with a girl is attraction. So it's hard to really label him as anything, because I don't feel like it's appropriate to say he's like bi or pan or anything like that, because he doesn't show any attraction to guys. It's not anything like that. But I don't know, maybe like it could just be a general fascination with girls thing for Rodney, but I don't know. Rodney's an interesting case. Rodney's a character I'll probably want to talk about more in the future, even though I already did the Pocket 2 video. He's just kind of a more out there character, and definitely one that does not get talked about nearly enough. Yeah, maybe Leonard falls into the Arrow Ace category as well. What about Beardo? I already talked about how I think... Beardo is probably on the autism spectrum. I suppose it's possible that Leonard is too. And to some degree, like, you know, Ella, Max, Sean definitely also give traits of it, or feel like there's enough there that you could make a case for them at least. Beardo was kind of just the most, like, blatantly apparent to me personally, to the point where it was like, okay, well, I have to mention this because, like, I can't just ignore it. Aside from that, I think the other three characters I haven't mentioned yet are Sky, Amy, and Sugar. No, I don't really have any headcanons for any of those three either, so I suppose that's it as far as the Pocket 2 cast goes. This next question comes from Samuel. They say, hopefully I'm not too late, but congrats on 700. This was a comment on the 700 subscriber celebration Q&A community post, whatever. And they ask, for my question, favorite and least favorite video game protagonist? I don't know how well I'm going to be able to answer the least favorite video game protagonist answer, because I don't necessarily have, like, a least favorite video game that I can think of off the top of my head. I can tell you my favorite, though, for sure, which is definitely, like, Luigi in Luigi's Mansion, because Luigi's Mansion I adore. However, that's a bit of a basic answer, so I'm instead gonna say Barry from the recently released The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog visual novel game. I adored that character a lot. I don't know what Sonic Team was cooking when they wrote that character, but he is written very, very endearingly. It is the most I've enjoyed a generic OC, mostly faceless POV character in any visual novel, really any video game, for a long time. Like, Barry was insanely endearing. It's kind of crazy. The next question comes from Laffy. Again, we have two questions this time. The first one is favorite types of videos to make. So the thing is, when I do YouTube videos, let's see, currently I make, like, the episode review and discussion videos for, you know, of course, the new season, because I gotta get through those, because I have to give my thoughts on each episode, and then the season at large, spoilers included, before I feel like I can really do, like, the more video essay type stuff, which is where I feel like I'm more comfortable at. I don't mind the general review discussion videos either. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, like, I don't know. I don't do the best at talking off the cuff, I don't feel like. And so I like having more written or prepared stuff when I'm doing my videos. So, like, my Total Drama All-Stars rewritten video, Total Drama All-Stars should have had this pairing video, my Pocket 2 Island video, my Total Drama World Tour video, my Total Drama Island full season review, spoiler-free version. A lot of those are scripted. The reaction and analysis videos I started out doing, those were all off the cuff, and they were fine. I enjoyed doing those. That was a little different. The elimination order prediction video obviously was definitely scripted. That definitely had to be scripted as well. What else do we have beyond that? We have Oh, and the fan art dub video was kind of just off the cuff too, but that was like planned out off the cuff, so it's a little different there. To actually address the question though, definitely the more editing focused and script focused videos, even if that's not the kind of videos that get more views or the ones that you guys prefer. I don't know for sure if like the review discussion videos that I do that are more off the cuff and not scripted, I don't know if those are the ones that people actually prefer or not. I suppose I get under some impression that they are, but it's possible they're not. I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure which of my videos you guys prefer, because at the end of the day, it's important like what you guys actually like out of what I'm making. Like if I'm making videos that you guys don't like, that kind of defeats the whole point, you know. I'm just talking to a wall at that point, you know. And then the other question from Luffy was, where do you draw your inspiration from? I could list off YouTubers here, but honestly, I kind of just feel like I'm more doing my own thing, if anything. Obviously, Total Drama focus with videos focusing on a different topic or whatever every once in a while, every once in a blue moon or whatever. But for the most part, I like focusing on Total Drama stuff. And this has kind of already been addressed from my end, which is just I wanted to be a different perspective on Total Drama content and characters and seasons and that kind of thing for the Total Drama YouTube community, because I feel like at least for a while there, I felt like the most popular channels were just kind of an echo chamber of the same opinions over and over again, and it got kind of tiring to see. I want to encourage the fan base to think differently, maybe, every once in a while, and not just, stick to the same, for example, not stick to Sean, Jasmine, Sky, Ella, and Sammy as the best Pakutu characters, and maybe consider that a lot of the other characters also have their charms and merits and can be genuinely funny and have great moments and that kind of thing. That's kind of part of why I like doing what I do, because I like being different. It's not a desire to like be different or be a contrarian. That's definitely not it. I've never like outright said anything false or that I didn't truly believe in my video when I make it. Like I don't. Maybe I'll exaggerate just how much I like something to some extent, but for the most part, I don't think I've ever really like gave an opinion different from what I actually think. And so that didn't answer your question at all. What I actually wanted to say, for the most part, though, there about where do you draw your inspiration from is I draw my inspiration from myself and my own thoughts and beliefs, while also focusing on something that I truly do enjoy and want to see be even better in the future as far as the Total Drama community goes. The last question we have here is from Davidu. The comment is, love the vids, bro. Thank you. How much time do you put into making videos, and what's the most fun part about doing YouTube? Okay, so that's actually two questions. The first part, let me look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 6, 7, 8, I can confirm that 16 out of my 20 recently released videos were probably made within a day. It's the issue with my channel is definitely not taking forever to make content. That's not the issue. The issue is finding proper times to record, because I do currently I do not live by myself. I live with other people. It's their house, you know how it works. But because of that, I have to respect, the general volume level of the house, make sure I'm not causing a ruckus, disturbance, however you want to put it, by being loud throughout the day or night or whatever. So that's important to me, and I also have to, I have to make sure that I'm, not being a bother or bothersome by doing these videos. And trust me, that's not on the fault of you guys or anything. It's definitely something that's only going to get better over time. It's just at the moment, that's where I'm at, if that makes sense. But to go back into the whole making videos thing, it's not me rushing the videos. I generally just don't have a lot to do when I get around to recording the videos, so I just kind of get more than enough time to just sit down and make sure they get done. There's not a ton of like really complicated editing that goes into most of these. The Pakatu video and the All-Stars pairing video and the World Tour video were all re-uploads. The only difference is I gave them new thumbnails and tweaked certain parts. But for the most part, those were pretty much just videos I already posted previously. So there's not a lot of new there. And so those didn't really take a lot of time at all, naturally. But previously, I imagine the All-Stars pairing video and the World Tour video, those probably took about within like a day to edit. The Pakatu video probably took a couple days, if I had to guess, because that was a very long and tenuous process to write the script and edit the video and get all the clips I needed and the images I needed. That one took a while. As did my Courtney analysis video, which I will probably have to redo. It's the only previous Total Drama video I made that I want to revisit, that I feel like my opinion has changed enough on that I should probably just remake the video from scratch at this point instead of just re-uploading it. So expect that in the future, I guess, my Courtney analysis focus video or what have you. Otherwise, I mean, the reaction videos and the all Total Drama Seasons ranked and reacting to your guys' Total Drama Seasons ranked comments, those don't take long at all to make. The full season review that was spoiler free, again, didn't take long at all. The episode review and discussion videos, what I do is I have only watched the new season all the way through once, and then what I do is I go and watch whatever episode I need to do a video on next. I watch it, and then I do the review and discussion video for it, since, that one is still going to be fresh in my mind. Because if I just keep binging this series and season over and over again, I'm never going to get through these review discussion videos. So what I choose to do is I've already watched the season all the way through once. I already have a basic idea of how the season plays out. So then I go through each individual episode and do a video on them as I'm watching them, so that not only am I getting my rewatch of the season in, but I'm also making sure that to some extent it is kind of fresh on my mind and I don't have a lot memorized of the later episodes as well. So it's also a bit more surprising and interesting, and it ensures that I don't accidentally spoil you guys when I'm making the videos, because that is a very easy thing to do. And honestly, I think I did mess up on that just a little bit in my episode 2 video, maybe. I want to say it was the episode 2 video. I'm not 100% sure which one it was, actually. It could have been the episode 3 video. One of those first 3, I know I accidentally, kind of implied certain characters were going to be lasting a while or be like a plot of that season, and I kind of regret that now, because I now know that, well, that's not really that's kind of spoilery. It's not specific enough for anyone that doesn't know to get it, but anyone that does know and watches it is like, hey, that's a spoiler, you shouldn't have had that in there. But to truly answer the question, though, almost all the time, these videos are done within 24 hours or less, start to finish, recording to editing. They're just not very difficult or intensive videos to make. Not counting re-uploads, the ones that probably took the longest to make were the elimination order prediction video and the All-Stars rewritten video. Those took the most amount of time because I put the most amount of editing into those. Between the two, I would say the All-Stars rewritten video probably took the most time, which could also be why I took a bit of a week-long break there, because obviously, like I said in one of my more recent community posts, yes, I did have a bit more in real life stuff going on at the moment, but I also had, you know, but also, like, the All-Stars rewritten video it kind of drained me a little bit. Like, that took a lot of time to plan out and get all the images made for it and put them all together and edit it the way I did and all that stuff. Like, that took a decent amount of time. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's about how the channel goes. And I imagine it's not going to be super different from that in the future either. Really, the only deviation I can think of as far as my content goes is my full season review of the newest season, because I used actual clips from the new season in that. I'm probably going to try avoiding doing that as much as I can, at least until the season is released officially in more parts of the world, because they are being incredibly strict on copyright with anything Total Drama right now. Like, if you have, like even the World Tour video, when I re-uploaded it, when I first uploaded that years and years ago, it got hit with copyright. I messed with it again this time around. I tried to tweak the parts that got copyrighted before. It didn't matter. A different part of the video got copyrighted. Of course, my Pocket 2 video and my All-Stars pairing video did not get copyrighted, and the best guess as to why is probably the border I had. So maybe I need to go back to doing that border again. But, yeah, like, even the World Tour video I re-uploaded got hit with copyright. And when I initially did my episode 1 review and discussion video, I did a lot of clips, visually, and I had a lot of moments where I was doing, visual and audio, and so it was causing it to get hit with a copyright strike over and over again, and a strike means that you can't upload it, period. Like, it's not gonna be uploaded at all. Copyright claim is different. That's okay. They let it pass, but you don't get any ad revenue for it if you ever decide to monetize it. But a ad strike or copyright strike, you can't upload it online at all. That's not yours. You can't do that. So yeah, but what I was getting at with that is, since I don't really have the option to use extensive Total Drama clips at the moment, that also makes it easier to get videos out faster, because I can just use a lot of, you know, still images or collages I make, and it works. It works. And the last part we have here, the last question, is what's the most fun part about doing YouTube? And to that, I say definitely anytime I get a chance to interact with you guys. Of course, it's nice to see numbers go up on a channel. Everyone likes seeing the numbers go up. That's not the main focus, though. Like, yes, I like seeing the views, but I like seeing the views because it means it's more likely for me to get more comments and be able to interact with more of you. At the end of the day, that's why I like doing what I do on YouTube, because I get to meet and discuss with more and more people, especially regarding Total Drama. It's fun. That is definitely the part I enjoy most, is interacting with you guys, without a doubt. That is my favorite part of YouTube. So yeah, with that was my Q&A subscriber special for my 500, 600, 700, and 800 subscriber milestone. Here's hoping we hit even more in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. share it with your friends to maybe let them get to know me if they haven't really taken a chance on my channel or content yet. Be sure to comment down below again for, I guess, any future questions you have. Maybe I'll answer them just in the comments instead of making another video on it. Or maybe I will make a part 2 in the future. Who knows? But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until the next one, peace.